So we are starting language art. And today, my friends now are putting their strips and gluing them to our sheet of paper. So you need to do the same. And then I am going to read the story. Somebody said something. I don't what? Well, you need to get glue, my friend. Does anyone have an extra glue stick that Cole could use, please? Christian or Gabe, can you hand him one? Thank you. All right. So as you, I'm going to get the strip out myself so I know what we're reading. I really need those boots, I said reassuringly to the twins. So, what are you going to do when you hear that sentence in the story? Machine. Yeah. So listen as I read. What is a troll? Oh. There's a lot of variations of trolls in literature and stories and myths. I live in Mount Horeb and it's full of trolls. Everywhere. Trolls, 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 trolls everywhere. In Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, if you want to see a troll, come to Mount Horeb, and they're everywhere. Are they?
No! You check on that.
How do you know they're not real? Maybe they come to life at night. No, they're not real.
Maybe not.
So trolls are part of mythology, folklore of certain cultures, Scandinavian cultures, especially Norway, Switzerland, and Mount Horeb is a huge population of Swiss and Norwegians. So because of that, we are blessed with trolls everywhere. Wooden trolls that have been sculpted out of wood, and they're all over town.
Oh, those? I didn't mean like real life. I mean like
I have never seen a real troll.
Yeah, because
I don't, they're myths. What is a myth? Jonathan.
make believe.
Yes. But they make stories out of them. And I don't know if anybody watches Harry Potter, but there was a troll in Harry Potter. Some trolls are huge. Some trolls are small. But there always seems to be one characteristic of a troll that is pretty common throughout literature. Does anyone have a guess as to what that is? What are they? What characteristic do they commonly show? Olivia.
Well, I have a comment about
M.
really weird.
Yeah, well, true. They're interesting little creatures or big creatures. Cole.
Mean,
They can be mean. Owen.
small.
They can be small or they can be huge. Like a mountain troll is huge. Grayson.
They have lots of warts.
They have lots of warts. What is Wensheen? What's that? They probably are stinky. I've never smelt one, but I'll take your word for it. Christian.
Sometimes their hats are red and blue.
Sometimes their hats are red and blue. What does it mean to be a little naughty and like to cause trouble? There's this particular word I'm looking for that starts with M.
Oh,
Grayson.
mischief.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What?
Trolls are mischievous. They love to cause trouble. Hence the title of the story, Trouble with Trolls. Yes, M.
I remember in the Harry Potter, the one with Dolores Umbridge grabs when he picks her up.
Yes, the mountain troll. That is a big troll. Now these trolls are, as we will find out, they're smaller. All right, so Trouble with Trolls by Jane Brett. And what is the sentence that you are going to listen for? Read it out loud.
I
All right. My name is Treva, and I have had trouble with trolls. Now, one thing that is always a case in Jan Brett's books is the illustrations are beautiful. And usually mountains. I don't know if Switzerland, Norway, but they're always a mountainous scene, beautiful buildings. The details are always amazing. I mean, look at her skis. Also, it's hard to see back there, but her books always, too, have details that you have to really look at. Underneath, you see what? You probably can't see it back there. Trolls. There's a whole troll village underneath where she's walking. Now, she can't see that, but it's the illustration. And I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to show my friends on video. See the little troll village? Oftentimes, the details in her stories, she'll have pictures on the side that show you what's yet to come in the story, little foreshadowing clues. So I'm just going to walk around and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. One thing about Jan Brett is you really have to pay attention to the illustrations because she has got a lot going on. See a little village of trolls where they're living under the ground? So you can't see them. She can't see them as she's walking, but they're there. Now, are these little trolls or big trolls? They're little. Which doesn't mean that they cannot be mischievous. Don't let size fool you. In most of the Swiss and Norwegian folklore and myths, trolls are small, causing lots of trouble. Trouble with trolls. They look like they're having a party. They do. It's a troll party. Yes.
Where by the roundabout, there's a little hill, and there's a face of a troll.
Yes, they're everywhere, Helen. Everywhere in Mount Horeb. All right. It all happened one day in early spring when I decided to visit my cousin who lives on the other side of Mount Baldy. It takes all morning to climb up the mountain. But then I fly down the other side on my skis. So she has her skis strapped to her back. My dog, Tuffy, and I walked up the path until we reached the place where the last of the old trees stood. And that's where the trouble with trolls began. Dun, dun, dun. What is going to happen? Oh, dear. As we walked through the trees, something scuttled by. Tuffy ran after it. I heard a yelp. And there, what is that? I heard a yelp. What is that an example of?